awesome Aquarius. Thank you so much for joining me for the February 2024 horoscope, your horoscope. What I'm going to do is draw 2 cards as theme cards for the month for you, and then we'll have a look at your horoscope in depth. Don't forget, leave a like and a comment. That would be fabulous. Let's go to the board now. There it is. Firstly, the cards. Awesome Aquarius. Well, there's a handful of cash right here in front of me. It's, coming in, it's going out. I don't know, just activity with money seems important. Let me have a look here. Yes, you've got some activity, lots of communications going on about money, but we'll come to that directly when we get to your horoscope. Now, what else do I see for you for the first half of the month? I'm just seeing a circle. It just means completion, completing projects, tasks, whatever it is you set your mind to. Cards going everywhere. I'm going to take that one there on top. What is it? 2 of Wands. I don't know why I was going to say 4 of Wands. But anyway, this is good news. It's about breaking out of the box. It's about, with minimal effort, I might add, stepping out of an enclosure that had been built, probably by you, in fact, to keep you into a certain area. Now more than ever, it is easier for you to escape those confines. You've obviously got to put a bit of effort and action into this. See the red cape? Be a bit of a superhero and be proactive in escaping the box, the limiting beliefs that you might have, wherever it is that you feel that you might be restricted or limited. So that's the first half of the month. So I'm going to put that there like that. The world is an oyster, to you in some way. Maybe you're thinking about travel or something like that as well to help you escape your confines. The second half of the month for you, awesome Aquarius. What do I see? Wow, I see 2 rows of lights in the sky, and they're sort of joined together. They remind me of DNA strands. So you might be looking at your genetics or thinking about your genetics. It's in the sky, so the sky of mind, it's in your thinking. But even more than that, if it's not your genetics, it's more likely that this is something to do with networking, thinking about networking. There's nothing specifically here about networking in your 11th house, and not even in your 5th house. So I'm not sure, if it's networking or DNA strands. Geez, it looks like DNA. I just don't know what else it could be. Train tracks, the 2 lines, because I can see these lines, parallel lines. Train tracks, maybe that's a symbol of travel as well, or you're on track in your thinking. That's possible too. Let's have a look and see what card we get. The Hierophant. It's all about learning. It's knowledge. It's the things. So that brings me back to this 9th house, the South Node and the Moon, which are conjunct on the 1st of February, only 3 degrees, or actually not even that, 2.5 degrees between them. So this is saying the way you've done things, your experience, the moon's not full at that time, but it still has an influence. And so there could be things coming up out of your subconscious that are trying to encourage you to broaden your life somehow, and one way is through knowledge. So study might be on your mind. It's very important that you apply wisdom to the knowledge that you do have. A lot of people, they have knowledge, but they're not using it in a very wise way. This is your book of life here on your lap, but action needs to be taken. So you'll see she needs to take action, but she's sitting on her knowledge. So that's something to consider. Are you hesitant? Are you delaying getting your knowledge out into the world in some way? This is a major arcana card. It could be a life-changing card if you act on it. The effects of this will go way past February if you decide to do something about this. All right, let's make this bigger like that. And let's talk about your horoscope. A lot of the other signs have got T-squares to start the month, but you don't. So that's one less consideration. You do have a ton of planetary energy going into your sign this month. Happy birthday to all Aquarians, and it'll go right up to, 22nd, 23rd of February, the sign of Aquarius. The sun is here shining brightly and, really bringing a light to your identity, your appearance, your physical body, and the way that you deal with the world. So there's a huge party going on in your sign, so this is very meaningful. All of these dates I'm about to give you, if you're an Aussie or a Kiwi, please add an extra day. Mercury on the 5th brings a lot of communications and intelligent conversation about your identity, a lot of really brilliant ideas about how you appear and what you want to do. Mars brings extra energy to your ideas, but also, some sort of encouragement to actually get off your tush and make it physical, make it real. Venus on the 16th brings a sense of beauty, a sense of grace and elegance around you. You may buy new clothes, new hair, new makeup, because you want your appearance to be in alignment with your authentic, real self. And the new moon on the 9th brings new beginnings, and again, it's likely to be physical. Technology could be involved in this new identity that you're developing, or perhaps science. Charity and humanitarian aspects are also very likely here. There could be some sort of rebelliousness around you. You don't want to toe the line. Fair enough, I understand that. You want to be unique and innovative, and that's great because Uranus is your co-ruler along with Saturn, and Uranus is quite unpredictable, eccentric, deals with electricity. You may, have issues to do with electricity. Stay out of storms, especially where there's any possibility of lightning that could affect you in some way, or at least your devices. So a really big month for you coming up in February. We have the sun moving into Pisces on the 18th here, and it will be conjunct Saturn certainly the first week or so from the 18th. And so this could bring some sort of restriction to the sun's contentment, happiness, insight and awareness. But how you get around that is you put in proper planning, you schedule things, you're very careful with the timing of everything. Saturn loves that. So it's not that Saturn's trying to stop you, it's that Saturn's trying to provide a structure, strong foundations in which to build more money, or bring new money into your life, or maybe possessions, or at the very least change how you view money, change your beliefs around your finances, your possessions, and the things that you value. Money might have been more important to you in the past, and as you've matured it's become less important perhaps. You might be thinking about all of these sorts of things. Now, your true node is conjunct Chiron on the 19th here in your house of communications. There's only 3 degrees separating these two. It's almost destined or fated that you'll become aware of a wound, either spiritual or emotional, in your communications, or perhaps to do with learning. You might have had some sort of hesitancy around showing your knowledge, and maybe you had difficulties at school, and so that may have left a scar. You've never been really certain or sure of yourself since going through the abusive school system that many of us have had to tolerate. I was one, and my husband was certainly one. He had a lot of trouble. He's Italian. When he went to school, he couldn't speak English. You imagine what he went through. He's an Aquarian, like you. He's a very talented and gifted person, but didn't do well at school. And so this might leave, like a permanent scar, and you might become aware of that scar, and it's time now to deal with it. It could come up and you're reminded of what you suffered, regarding learning, communications, or maybe even at the hands of family members, like, for example, siblings or cousins could be involved with this. But it's also possible that it could be fated or destiny that this wound is finally healed. It's up to you. I suggest that you look at it and you make friends with those energies within yourself. And in looking at it, bring your mind to the problem. You will cast some insight onto the problem and cast some light onto the problem, and it will heal, and you will be free of your limitation that was keeping you trapped in an enclosed area when the world is a much bigger place. So that'll give you more confidence. So that's good news. We also have Mercury going into Pisces, and that is on the 23rd here, bringing further communications around your personal finances, your possessions, or the things that you really value. And it could bring good ideas about how you can improve your finances as well. And finally, we have the full moon in Virgo up here, bringing a bit of turbulence perhaps to those resources that you share with somebody else, or maybe even intimacy. It does bring light, it does bring awareness, and you become aware of what's going on deep down in your subconscious about sharing your assets with other people. This house is associated with things like taxes, real estate, investments. It's also like government instrumentalities like Centrelink, because there's some money. Anything where you share something with someone else. So Centrelink is going to give you money perhaps, but there could be a bit of an issue with it. It's bringing up subconscious forces. All right, so that's it, Aquarius. I hope this is useful for you. Thank you so much for joining me and watching this today. Don't forget, leave a like and a comment. That would be fabulous. And I just want to wish you a very insightful February. It looks like you're going to get one. Have a great month, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now.